Are you gonna be sacked?
I don't know. If they want to fire me, I will not take it in a bad way. I will understand. I have to say, I was thinking about quitting, you know, for a second. I spoke to my best friend, but I was like, man, this is so embarrassing. I feel like I just made a total fool of myself in these first 2 splits. I disappoint everyone that believed in me. I messed up. Do I just like put my head, you know, like on the thing and leave? But then my best friend's like, are you a quitter? And I'm like, it's low-key almost the most cowardice thing I can do is just leave.
For a club like KOI, these results are not good. If you stay, are you willing to fire some players?
Oh, like for sure. Like, of course.
Is something that you will be willing to look into, to just hire rookies?
I would love that. Sometimes I see people say like, oh, he just came here to win and replace Melset. Like, no, that was never the point. Like, this is never the point. I was really trying to get good rookies, you know? We just made a plan. What if we just tried to build this very strong team to get good results and then make our program attractive? In the end, we've messed up. And now everything was a failure, you know? But I feel like at the time, that was like reasonable.
Raqo, how was your communication with Melset?
I really struggled to reach out to him because I knew he was having a baby and I felt really, I didn't want to put my problems on his plate. And I was just like, he probably has too much to worry about. It's my job to figure my own shit out. I respect him a lot, you know? I would have used him more. I feel like I didn't utilize him as much as I could, but I regret that, you know? Like for sure.
Buenas noches a todos. Lo primero de todo, agradeceros por estar un día más ahí, por escuchar el podcast un día más. Y hoy hemos vuelto a traer a alguien que, bueno, que a muchos de vosotros podéis considerar de relevancia para el sector y más si sois coisitos. Si seguís la Superliga, si sois coisitos y tal, pues deberíais saber más o menos qué es lo que os gustaría escuchar y qué es lo que no os gustaría escuchar. Pero bueno, todas las preguntas que podáis tener, aquí las vais poniendo en el chat durante el momento y nosotros que las vamos a ir diciendo, aunque tenemos ya unas cuantas preparadas que nos habéis dejado, ¿vale? Os advierto desde ahora ya que el stream entero va a ser en inglés, ¿vale, gente? Totalmente en inglés y no vamos a traducir nada. Lo único que sí que podéis hacer es usar los subtítulos que tenéis puestos en el Twitch, ¿vale? Si ponéis el ratón por encima de la pantalla de Twitch, hacia la izquierda vais a ver que tenéis una ruletita con un CC, pues podéis usar ahí los subtítulos. Y ahí os vais enterando. El servicio no es perfecto, es un servicio que proporciona Google, que es de pago, o sea, es decir, que no, a nosotros no nos sale gratis, pero bueno, por lo menos muchos de vosotros que a lo mejor no os manejéis del todo perfecto con el inglés, pues os vais a poder entender mejor, ¿vale? A partir de aquí voy a cambiar al inglés y podemos empezar ya con el programa de hoy. First of all, Marta, how are you?
Very fine and very good.
Are you nervous?
Why? No.
No, of course not. How about the crash? Do we know anything about the crash?
No, I went today with the motorcycle around
With my
the city.
friends.
No, I don't have friends around the city, and I didn't find him. So.
What do you mean you don't
I'm
have friends?
sad.
I am your friend.
Yes, but you are not here.
Okay, yeah. I'm always, whenever you need me, I'm not there. Yeah, okay. Thank you for saying that to everybody. Hila, how are you doing?
Well, I'm not fun at all. I mean, this week is not bad to me. I'm gonna start tomorrow with a personal trainer. Also, I'm gonna start eating well, you know. So I'm gonna pull up a bit. But well, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna start tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow I want to die, but today I'm fine.
Okay, yeah. For the people asking themselves where is Eros, well, Eros is not here. That's all I'm gonna say. Eros is just not here. He's not here. That's all. Not today. Okay, so and the most important person of the day, which is our guest for tonight, is Raqo. Raqo, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's fine. I'm excited to talk, so let's see.
So, yeah, you're excited to talk. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're excited to talk, and I can guess why. Is because whenever you say anything on Twitter, people just jump on your comments like crazy, and I feel like you cannot explain yourself as much as you would like to.
I mean, it's not like a great platform to like explain yourself. I think it's very hard to just like sometimes stuff gets like caught in translation too. When I just translate the tweet in Spanish, it's a little bit hard, you know. So yeah, this is probably better.
Yeah, definitely. I hope it's better than Twitter, the show. Yeah, at least that. How about if we start doing a recap of your time in KOI so far? Like since you joined until now, how would you what would you say about the time that you've been in KOI? Like how would you rate your time in KOI so far?
I mean, it's like hard to like rate. It's like it's more nuanced than that, right? Like result wise, obviously it's not been good, but I think being part of this organization and working with the people behind the scenes in KOI, it's actually been really good. I actually, even though the results are bad, I really enjoy my time here so far because I feel like it's the first time when since I'm like when I was the last time in Europe, I was in SK and like the org, it's like a little bit not like bad, but like it's just different now. There's like it's so much bigger. Like behind the scenes, more people care. Like people actually work really hard to like make a lot of things happen, and I feel like we're well taken care of. So that's really good. Obviously, like the 2 splits so far haven't been too good. So like but I don't know how to rate it. Like I can't say like a 6 out of 10 or like a 4 or 2 or 1 or 10. Like it's so different for everything. But so far, I've been actually enjoying being here because I feel like it's just I feel like I don't know, it just feels good. I mean, the results are bad, but like it feels good to be here, you know?
Yeah.
But you feel good about the community or just how
No, I mean like
work here? Or...
I mean just like the people that I'm working with, like especially like I first time had like a bigger staff to work with, right? Because always when I was when I was helping the LCS team, it was different, but then I was not leading a staff, I was just like there. But when I was doing academy programs in the past, I had like no support, like nothing. It was just like me doing my thing, you know, like they have assistant, no analyst. And now like we invest a lot of like I have a sports psychologist, Nusha, I get an assistant, DEILOR is mentoring me. The team managers are very, very involved. And it's just like that I really like about the organization. And then with the fans, I mean, obviously like I still really love the fans, even when they hate me. It's just like I think it's like both sides of the coin, you know. Like you can't hate it in one day and then like it the other day. I think I just respect people being so passionate and invested in whatever we do or I do, and even when people curse me for it, it's just like maybe I should have done better, you know. Like to like not let these people have these opinions. But overall, it's good. It's good. I like it. Even the community, I think, is good.
Okay. I mean, makes sense if you are just enjoying your time over here, even though the results are not like the ones that you were expecting, but still, that's pretty good. The first question I got then is when you got the job at KOI, did anybody talk to you about what their objectives were or what was your what they were expecting of you? Regarding results, regarding the kind of roster they wanted, anything related to that?
I mean, it's not like nobody said anything, but I think we as a club just failed to make like a strong plan, you know? So when I came in, I think we just like, I mean, like I know I said it before, like I had players in mind, but like we started speaking to like a lot of players. That's just how the offseason, like the year started, you know, like I had players that I wanted to bring that I thought were interesting, that maybe could come, maybe not. I think at some tweeted, I think at some point I had like a list of 26 players for different like overall. So like 5 per role on average. Some roles more than other roles, obviously. And we just started talking to players and just like get like the thing is if you have a player in mind, like I could say I want to sign Faker or Chovy, but like obviously they're not gonna come, right? But like let's say when you have a list of players, first you need to gather interest. Do these people want to come? Like what are their goals? Like would they be interested in this program? Like this is like how it all started. But I feel like we maybe just it was not like, yo, we want to do this. We're gonna do this. And I think we as a club actually like kind of missed the bar there a little bit. We should have done a better job. Maybe me as well, maybe the club, I'm not sure. But I think like we just kind of like the program that we ended up building at the end, it was just like it's just at some point I like it's even like maybe my bad. Like I feel like I just said like, hey, I think we're just not getting any of the rooks we want. What if we just make the program more attractive and we just try to compete. Like we actually tried to win, and obviously like that didn't work out in the end. Like we fucked up, right?
Mhm.
But that like at the time sounded very logical to me, because this is like what one of my like Papa Smitty like told me this at some point like 2 years ago when I joined FlyQuest, that this is, you can have different approaches to academy programs, right? Like a lot of people expect like an academy program to just be like, you should sign as many rookies as possible and develop them, and hopefully one is good and then go to LEC like KC, you know? And like I don't necessarily disagree with that, but the thing is like historically there have been a lot of different approaches, right? Like it can be, some teams want to use their academy program to use as a scrimming partner for their LEC program or like their tier 1 program. This is like more common in NA than it is in Europe, because the pool of teams you can scrim in NA is actually smaller, because like in Europe there's a lot of ERL teams and more competitive teams, and in NA that's not really the case. But some teams want to have like a very strong team. So for example, when I was in America 2 years ago, when I came, C9's academy program had Vega, Tomio, MNS, Lost, and Zazel, and those are 3 ex-LEC players, 1 Korean player who already almost played in LEC, and a rookie jungler, you know. But there's 3 like heavy veterans, like Zazel's top 4 at Worlds, but they just wanted to build like the strongest program, you know, to like just compete and win, to make their program very attractive, right? But then there was like, for example, last year in Flag was basically that like, I mean, Shaden subbed into LEC and Chime played in LEC, but so we basically had 1 veteran and 4 rookies. You know, I mean, maybe Quad was not a rookie, but 4 rookies, right? And the year before, we also kind of had 5 rookies or 6 rookies, you know, over the year. So like, I think there's a lot of ways you can approach it. Some academy programs even use it to like just get Koreans in case of their tier 1 players suck, you know? I wouldn't say like Giant X is necessarily doing that. Maybe that's not their incentive, but some teams actually do that, right? Like they just put academy players in. Well, in Flacos, maybe we did this last year, right? When we signed Quad, whereas like maybe Jensen is not good enough, and like we want to replace him. So then we just sign a random Korean to like just try him out, and maybe we can promote him at some point. There's like many ways to approach it, and then there's also the way how I looked at it was like, okay, what if like, so there's like a list of rookies we thought were really good, you know, like me and Melzet, we spoke about players like we thought were good, like Omen is good, Mercy is good, Rin is good, I thought Yuji is really good, I thought Surdy is good, but like Yuji and Surdy were like maybe going to LCS, and like their off season was really slow, so those options fell through. But like Omen, Rin, and Mercy, like with Mercy it was maybe harder because he was we had a problem with visas. I think like it was hard to just get people that were not European, or at least from those countries. So then like, and Omen and Rin are like, we really want to go to LFL, you know. And I was like, oh shit. So like all the people we actually really like at first hand are really hard to get. So I'm like, fuck, what do we do? And I think we just kind of like slowly moved into this direction without like a clear plan from the start. Like, okay, we should do this, you know. And I think as a club we should have done a better job. And I also think like maybe the communication, like how this all moved into that direction, like I feel like if we did a better job together as a collective to like make these decisions and make a plan, like for example, then also Melzet probably would have never in the end been like, what the fuck's this academy team? I didn't want this, you know. But this is like shows that we just messed up as a club, right? Like together, that we're just not on the same page there.
No, okay, right. You actually talked to. Yeah, sorry. Go.
So yeah, even with the results, even with no rookies, you're still happy about the players. I mean, did you feel the team work as you wanted to?
I mean, obviously they didn't work as I wanted to because I wanted to win.
Yeah, I mean, but you feel like confident with those guys still?
I mean, I have a different opinion. I have now than I had at the start of the year, you know, like, but I also have way more context now. I think this is also something where I feel like I actually really fucked up, was like when I came back to Europe, like I was in NA for 2 years, you know, and when I came back to Europe, like a lot of things happened in 2 years, and like your connection to the market and like all the players actually like it widens, you know. Because like you ERL when you're living in Los Angeles, ERL gets played at like 3 a.m. Like you don't watch that. You're not gonna watch all the LFL games and all the MVP games, let alone those minor regions, you know, that are just random players, right? That might be good. So like when I came here, I felt like super disconnected from the market. So I maybe took like more of a safe bet of players that I knew were good, or I thought were good, you know, that I worked with before. And I think if I maybe had more time or did a better job earlier, you know, by like vetting harder and scouting more and better, that we maybe would not have had, maybe wouldn't, maybe we still made the same decision. I'm not sure, right? But I think we could have prepared better. But that's also maybe my bad because I expected to stay in NA for a while. But I in the end just decided to take this offer like just because I thought it was too good not to take, because I was really excited to come here. And then the off season was already ongoing, so we just had to like start moving, you know, and that was like actually kind of hard. So, but do I take? I mean, I have like, of course, like there are good things about my players and flaws about my players. Do I think all of them are good players? Yeah, I think they're good players. Do I think they performed well? Not really. Like we clearly not, right? Like otherwise you wouldn't end up here. That's like a fact.
Yeah, you've been talking about your when you were in America in other clubs. Is it easy for you to spot differences, like big differences between how those other clubs work and how KOI works?
I think, to be honest, every club works completely different. It's like it is there. It's easy, not easy to see. You always see a lot of differences, and sometimes it's not even good or bad. It's just different, you know. Like for example, like in SK, it was super like very much like a business, you know. I don't feel like, I mean, this may be like a rude thing to say, but I didn't feel like this passion, you know. There's not this fire. But in FlyQuest, everything was like super like very connected. We just like had like one office. There's like maybe 40. I mean, when I came, there was like 20 people working there, you know, like there's almost no one. Like it's like the 3 C-suite members, then like some marketing team, some graphic designer, HR, and like just team managers and players, you know, that's it. And coaches. And now FlyQuest became a lot bigger because obviously they got recently bought by when I joined by a new investment group, and in the second year they kept growing, got like a bigger office and everything. But I think every club is different. Like I don't have to like it's not good or bad. They're just very different, you know.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so back to the point in which the last time it was the last controversy is when it was told that you asked for players, for specific players, and you demanded them when you got into KOI. At least we know of one because of the last interview that we got with you when, I mean, the last time here in the podcast, you said that you wanted 100% to work with Unforgiven. That's what, but the other 4, it's kind of shady but it's understood that you more or less wanted also certain players in particular. Did you actually ask for the 5 players? Did you demand the 5 players in order to sign for KOI?
No. Like that's not really how it works as well, you know. So the short answer is no. The long answer is, even though I really want to work for Unforgiven, like we still interviewed other AD carries, you know, and looked at the market. Like for example, like I knew heading into the off season that the most important piece for any LVP team to perform well was actually Rin, because firstly, he's a really good player and he's very talented, and also he has Spanish residency, you know. And like the thing is, there are not a lot of like fresh, exciting players in LVP that much. Like some, maybe some, right? Not speaking everyone, but like Rin was clearly like a prime piece in the Spanish market. So like that was one of the first players I spoke to as well. But the moment when he said that he wants to go to LFL, like I was like, oh fuck, we probably can't get him, you know. But even when I really want to work with Unforgiven, I still even spoke to AD carries, right? Because I knew like it would just be too good for the club to like not sign Rin, because firstly he's rookie, he's really good. Like for example, like I was so excited about Rin when it was rumored that Rin was maybe going to C9 at the time. Like I'm really good friends with Vulcan because we play a lot of football together once in LA. Like I was even talking to Vulcan, like, yo, this guy's actually cracked. Like I like this guy so much, you know, like I think he's good because I was watching his games. So like I like, even though I really wanted to work with Unforgiven, like I was still looking at other ADCs, but I never ever came to this club like, yo, these 5 or I'm out. Like this is not even how like this never really works like that anyway. Like it's not like these 5 players all wanted to join. Like the thing is like, we just like when I joined, like it still took like maybe 2 weeks till we signed our first player, and there's like a lot of interviews and stuff that happens in between, right? So no, that's not what happened at all.
Yeah,
I
you had
did-
some priorities, no, and then you just try out, and you took some players that you like it. But
Yeah,
what
I
was
mean, you have
the
like
first player? Could you sing it?
we signed Unforgiven first because I
Unforgiven,
convinced them
yeah.
first to sign.
Mhm.
The thing is also like the hard thing, like in an off season when signing players, like
Mhm.
when you're like this is maybe not more known for like the people that are just spectating, but I'm sure like Axel is like you've been seen as this team manager, like everyone is waiting for everyone else to sign because nobody wants to sign first, you know, because everyone is always scared like, oh, what if I sign? But then all the play like, what if I say, okay, we're gonna get Surdy, Yuji, FRESSKOWY, Rin, and I don't know, Camille support, whatever, you know, and then like everyone's like, okay, this sounds good. And then Rin signs. And then all those 4 players are not coming, you know, because they get better offers elsewhere. And then he's like, I guess I'm cooked. This is not nice, you know? So everyone, all the players are always waiting, you know? This is like a little bit hard. Like, so when you're like a really, really big team, like let's say you're KC Academy last year, every single player wants to play there anyway. They won the Masters 2-3 times. Like it's really, they are always doing so well. Like players will sign there. But if you don't have like a lot of leverage, and leverage is either a lot of money, really good results, then it's hard to make players just sign like this, you know?
Were you imposed by the club to have FRESSKOWY in the mid lane?
Imposed?
Yes.
What is that? Like it was forced?
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
have him, we cannot sell him, we're not gonna bench him, he's gonna play.
If
no matter
someone
what you
in
say.
KOI told you to stay with FRESSKOWY.
No, that's not how it went at all. I mean, like personally, like we spoke to a lot of mid laners, but the thing was also like we really wanted Press to go to another tier 1 team, you know, because he just played in LEC, he went to Worlds. We as a club were proactively helping, trying to like, cause like he wants that as well, right? Like he would love to play in tier 1. So we were really doing our best to try to get him to another LEC team, to LCS, for example, things like this. But in the end, a lot of teams were not interested. So then when I got informed that we could get Press, firstly, he has Spanish residency, right? So like, firstly, he's a good player and he has Spanish residency. Like it just made total sense. Like if, but I even feel like if I would have told the club like I don't want to work with this guy no matter what, they would probably have made that happen anyway. If I really didn't want that, but like I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know, like we should totally use him. You know, like it's just too good not to do it.
Yeah. Another question that came to my mind, looking at all the things that the fans were saying, and this is a chance for you to like say whatever is on your mind about this, is a lot of people gave you a lot of crap because of the trash talk that you did in the beginning of the season. Is that something that even if you went back in time, you would take back, or it's just part of the game, part of the show, it's the way it is?
I would not take it back. I mean, I feel like the firstly, like when I say that, it's okay, it's not that black and white. Like I don't actually feel like that, you know. The thing is like at the end of the day, this is an entertainment industry. Like it just creates hype, you know, like that's like people love, everyone's like, oh my god, and then other people were like, other teams want to beat us, other fans are like, oh screw that guy, he's talking shit about my team, like I don't like him, you know, like we're gonna watch those games. Like it just creates more hype, you know, like it's just like people, I think it just gets the people going. That's like that's like the point of doing this, at least I think so. Like if we're just like playing League and like it's not fun and like every game is boring and there's no personality, at this point we might as well not hire casters, not do any like fucking commentary, not do any host. Just if you just want to watch League, you just go spectate your friend play solo queue, you know. But the hype is like the people are good, there's something on the line, there's a legacy, there's stakes, right? Like that's just, it just makes sense to try to like encourage that happening. Am I willing to like bite the dust when I mess up? Sure, that's part of the game. Like if I wouldn't be ready to accept those consequences, I would never have said it. But I said it, and people fuck me for it. It's okay, you know. Like I can take it. I can take it. Like you can be angry. I mean, they're like, what did I? Oh, my bad. I said other teams are trash. My bad, bro. Like what do you want me to do?
Right. I mean, that's good for the show. That's for sure. It's good for the show. I'll give you that. Another guy in the org that got a lot of shit recently because of the Valorant stuff and Java and the coaches and stuff was DEILOR. And I don't think people understand really how DEILOR works inside the org. And I don't know how did he work with you while you are in KOI. Can you explain to us what's
yeah.
DEILOR's job and how do you see him
Okay.
in the organization?
Yeah. So firstly, DEILOR's job is to coach coaches. So what that means is, or like what that looks like is, firstly, DEILOR is handling a lot of the hiring process for the coaches. So when I got approached by a KOI, or my agent spoke to KOI, and I got invited for an interview. My first interview was with DEILOR, where he like asked me a lot of questions. Like he challenges me, he like puts me through the grinder, and just like gets everything out of me, you know. Like, and he's just like he's basically like trying to see if a coach is like good enough, right? Or like if they have a good system, a good approach. And then in the season, or like heading into the season, what DEILOR helped me with a lot is just become like a better coach myself. Like, for example, this year, it's my first year working with a bigger coaching staff. So when you're working alone, like when I was in the past, I can just be selfish. I don't have to explain anyone what I'm doing. I'm just doing my thing. It's me and my players, and I tell them what I want them to do. But now, like, I had to really get used to this, where like now there's two other people that are very talented as well, like Nusha and Jinjo, who are my support staff, who, like, when I make a decision, sometimes they're like, what is he doing? You know? And I'm like, oh shit, like I need to keep everyone in the loop, everything that I do all the time, right? And just like coaching me through this process of being like not just a coach, but being a better head coach and managing my staff and just like changing my approaches and like my philosophy and holding me accountable and pushing me to be better. That's basically what DEILOR did, you know, like his job is just to make me better and make the other coaches better as well. That's what he does. He doesn't do anything League of Legends related. He just challenges us and pushes us forward. And that's also a big reason why I joined this org, because I was like, wow, that sounds so exciting. Like there's like, because when I started coaching like 5 years ago, I mean, I sometimes get like like I could have conversations, right? Like when I was in FlyQuest, like Papa Smitty helped me a lot. Like he mentored me when I had questions, or like when I spoke to the coaches from like with the LCS team. But like I didn't have like someone that's just there for me, or their job is to make me better. And that's why I was like, oh, that sounds really good for me. You know, like I think that could be useful. But that's DEILOR's job. He helps us get better. And what I will say, I think he does a really good job at it as well. Like I'm incredibly grateful. Like everything you say, I respect him so much. I think he's so incredibly smart and just pushes me so well. So like I can only say good things. I don't know what happened with Valorant. I really don't know much about Valorant. I also don't really care about it, to be honest. What happened? I mean, not cares maybe the wrong word, but like I don't know what to say about it because I just don't have a lot of information. But for me, I have like nothing negative to say.
Okay. Perfect. That I think that explains a little bit more from your perspective what DEILOR does in the team. Last question I have about the past, let's say it that way, like what's happened until today, is the other day when you were guys playing on the on Superliga, the last game you played, the famous sauna and the draft that everybody was talking about. Nobody couldn't help but looking at the core stream by Mellado and Quentin and so on, and SUPA got in also in the core stream. Whenever it came out, the last draft, everybody was happy because apparently during the transmission it was a mixed up and they thought your draft was the other team's draft. And they were happy because they thought it was really bad. So they said, okay, we're going to win. At some point, SUPA defended the draft saying that it was a good draft because the only thing you guys had to do was killing. What was the other? Seri was in the other team?
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe
It was Seri? Yeah. That's what he said. The only thing our team has to do is killing Seri and it's game over. That's what SUPA said. And then whenever you lost, sorry for laughing, but it was just funny. It was the core stream is to entertain. SUPA said, whoever did this draft needs to retire. That was SUPA's first team AD carry word. What can you say about this?
About what?
About, the core stream of your own team saying stuff like this, or even a player of the first team criticizing your draft?
I mean, okay, like firstly, I respect SUPA, so like if that's his like I don't have much to say about his opinion, you know. Like the thing is, we scrim a lot, right? And I speak a lot with other AD carries that I think are really good as well, like from NA, you know, and like Korean AD carries too. And there are actually some teams like I got Lucian Sona from another team because they said they liked it in Tazeri Lulu, and we start trying it as us, and we think it's good. Like I don't know what else to say. Like we liked it, and we think it's good. Other teams seem to agree with that opinion. I'm sure, like okay, I didn't think this Lucian Sona was the problem at all. Where I think I messed up is that I didn't trust my instinct about banning Galio and Akali instead of Syndra and Akali, because I realized if they get Galio and they'll pick tank top for sure, there's only one ulti, like one lane Noxtra can ulti all lane, which is bot lane, right? And then the laning phases go really well, which is not that easy in early. And if they get Galio, like Orianna and Nocturne can only kill enemy bot, right? Which is not a bad thing, but we just have more options. So like that's the only thing. If I go back in time that I would really like to change is the bans, but in a second rotation. But like, I mean, I'm not gonna say Lucian Sona is the best bot lane in the game, but like we're in game 3 fearless, you know, like we're just trying
you're playing
stuff
fearless, of course.
and you're playing fearless, and like there's a lot of good things already out, and we had a lot of success against good teams with distance scrims. Like why would I not pick that? I mean, yes, we lost in the end, like, but like was that the problem? I don't think that, like, I don't think the champs were the problem that game, you know, because like after the first skirmish when we got 2 kills and they died, like we actually had a good game state. We just overreached, and not like one more fight where this area got 2 kills. Okay, yeah, then it's maybe hard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to know your opinion because some people, even in other teams, complain about their own COSTREAM because sometimes he just criticizes them so much instead of supporting them. I think this was to entertain. Honestly, I just wanted to know your opinion about this.
I mean, like I didn't. So there comes like I didn't see it myself. I mean, I called with Kane last night, like just to catch up and everything and talk about all the games. And like, even if Supa says it, like, I mean, he's probably just trolling. And if he's not trolling, like, what can I say? If that's his opinion, like, I don't.
No, but he was trolling. He was trolling. As I said, he was like, it was to entertain. It was to entertain. I just wanted to know your opinion about this. To me, I mean, that's why I said that I was laughing because it was a question to entertain. It was funny.
I'm not like upset about it or like irritated or triggered. Nothing like that. No, I don't mind.
Okay. And after that, a lot of fans also criticized, although you actually, I don't think everybody knows about this. MOTROCO went into the interview and he said that he basically said, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. I think Raqo is busy right now and I really don't know what to say. And then you came in, which I don't think a lot of people got, and said you were sorry because you were, you know, like talking to players that were actually like really upset, and then you did the interview. This was just like this, right? Like you were just talking to the players, like comforting them, and then you couldn't make it like right on time, right?
I mean, the thing is, like, we lost, right? We're having a team meeting, and the thing is, like, I did not really know. Well, like, the thing is, like, one of my players, like, he completely broke down, like, completely crying, like an ugly cry, like screaming, you know. So I'm just like, I sent everyone out of the room, and it's just me and him together, and I'm talking to him and like comforting him and making sure it feels better. And like at some point when he was okay, I walk out, I'm like, all right, let's go say hi to, because we were doing a fan meet in the moment as well. Like we started doing the fan meet, and then I told him like, okay, let's go to the fence. It will cheer you up a little bit. And when we walk outside, a DEILOR is like, MOTROCO's doing the interview. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? That's already happening. So then I walked on the stage and instantly did it, you know?
Yeah. Okay. There was a lot of criticizing about that, but you were just like with the player, and that's it. Okay. Well, let's talk about the future. The future of Raqo.
And now what?
Now what? I mean, the first question that comes to mind is, and I'm pretty sure it crossed your head because I know how this works, is after the results, after how everything is going, after all the criticism in Twitter on all that, are you gonna be sacked?
I don't know.
You don't know yet.
I don't know.
You haven't talked to anybody on the team about the future plans or anything like this.
I mean, I talked to the club and they said they're just having internal conversations about what they want to do. I don't know. Like, I just told the club, I mean, I already said it in my last interview. I'll say it again. If they want to fire me, I will not take it in a bad way. I will understand. I have to say, I was thinking about quitting, you know, like for a second. Then I spoke to my best friend, but I was like, man, this is so embarrassing. I feel like I just made a total fool of myself in these first 2 splits. I disappoint everyone that believed in me. Like, I messed up, you know, like, do I just like put my head, you know, like on the thing and leave? But then my best friend's like, are you a quitter? And I'm like, I mean, I guess like it's low-key almost the most cowardice thing I can do is just leave, you know, after like messing it. I mean, it's not like I messed up everything, but like sure I did bad things as well. But like maybe like after after I didn't put a good result here as a head coach, I was like, should I quit? And then I realized it's maybe the worst thing I can do. Even though like some people are like, you should leave, you get out of here, you know. Like the thing is, I came to the conclusion that I will trust the club in whatever decision they make, they think is best for them. If that is firing me, keeping me, I will just respect their decision. And whatever they want me to do, I will do my best. But I don't know what they will do. Like, I mean, I wish I could say I'm out. Maybe it's like, maybe some people are happy. I wish I could say I stay, that there's clarity, but I'm not sure. But I just will trust the club and the direction that they want to take. And whatever happens, I'll just do my best. You know, like if I stay, I'll just give 110% like I did the entire year. And if they fire me, then I will do my best to like leave everything in order, you know, so they can move forward, like that they can move, like continue the program in a good way. And then we go separate ways. And that's the industry as well, you know. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Like,
no, I was asking
maybe
because
soon.
no, sure, I was asking because maybe you already had like some meetings. You were like talking about, I don't know, future points to do in the club, and you were just in negotiations with the club about if it was doable by you or not. You know, stuff like sometimes happens between the management and the coach.
I mean, what I can say, I gave Reset my opinion on like what would happen to this roster, you know, and this program.
Okay.
But that's all. I mean, I'm not gonna say that publicly as well, you know. But
no,
like,
of course not.
I just give my opinions, you know, of like where I think like we messed up and like what we should change to do better. But that's it. That's it.
Okay.
So you at least know how to improve for the next split. Imagine you stay. Imagine KOI think you deserve another split. Do you know what do you need to change? I mean, I'm not talking about players, obviously. I'm talking about how to work, that stuff.
I have my ideas. Yeah, I mean, it's not just about like, oh, we need to change this guy and it's gonna be better. Like that's, I mean, that's what we tried after a winter, right? Like the conclusion we made after winter is that hey, we're just really missing leadership, and we need leadership, and this is the best way we can fix that, you know. And I mean, honestly, it was a fix. I think the problems we had this with were different, but yeah. If it's not like, oh, just do this and it's better, but I have my ideas what would be the best for the program and the club right now to try. And I gave my personal recommendation. If they would decide to use that to respect it or not, that's not just on them, you know? Like, I mean, obviously, I like, even though we had bad split, like I feel like still I can give a recommendation, but I think it's also like about the club's gonna talk with Melzet and just really internally like decide, you know, what is best for the League of Legends program, and I will just trust their decision, you know, and whatever happens, happens.
Yep. I talked to people that you work with. Before this interview, I talked to people that you work with. The one thing I want to say is that everybody is on the same page about you putting in the work. Like everybody's agreed that you actually work a lot. So I just wanted to say, so everybody knows that it's not that you were just like laying on your back and see stuff happen because you had great players and they will play by their own. Like, I just want to know, I just want people to know that you were putting in the work. So if you were putting in the work and you will continue to do so if you stay in Movistar KOI, what are the plans? You cannot say, but the one thing I want to ask, because a lot of people are like pointing fingers, as you know, because for a club like KOI, these results are not good. We all agree on that.
100%.
If you stay, are you willing to fire some players?
Oh, like for sure. Like, of course. But the thing is, like, it's more nuanced than that, you know? Like, it's like, I mean, I fired players last bit as well. So, like, a player, right? But the thing is, like, from my perspective, I think now that, like, we are just, like, whole KOI as a club together, we're, like, more getting on the same page. I think it's just important that we all just agree on what is the best way forward, and then we just make decisions, and whatever like has to be done to make that happen, that just has to happen, right? If they say fuck 2025, you know, just write it out and next year we'll do better, then I'll be like, all right, I guess we do our best, you know. I don't think that they will say that, you know, but like they would say that, then sure. But as I said before, I am willing to do what the club thinks is best, and I will just like trust Melzet and whatever other person is like making these decisions. I will trust them, and I'll just do my job, you know, which is like coach that team and do my best. That's my job, I think.
Yeah, okay. Could be one plan for the next split. I mean, because this is kind of like two questions. It could be a plan, or is something that you will be willing to look into to just hire rookies?
I would love that.
You will love that? Okay, that's good.
For sure.
Because I think I have the feeling, maybe I'm wrong, but I have the feeling that most KOI fans would like to see in the academy a lot of
I feel it. Yeah, for sure. The thing is also like, I mean, sometimes I see people say like, "Oh, he just came here to win and replace Melzet." Like, no, that was never the point. Like, I think this is never the point. Like, I was really trying to get good rookies, you know. But just like, we just made a plan. We just thought like, yo, like, what if we just try to build this very strong team to get good results and then make our program attractive? Well, okay, fuck. In the end, we've messed up. We didn't win, and now everything was a failure, you know. But I feel like at the time that was like reasonable. There were like people that were on the same page. People were like, yeah, this sounds reasonable, you know. Like even other people like outside of our organization, like my agent, like people I worked with before, when I spoke about this, they're like, yeah, that sounds like a logical decision to make, right? But then you don't win, and then it doesn't work, right? Obviously not. But like you don't influence that happening. Right? I mean, you have influence, but like it's not like I snap my finger and boom, Superliga has won twice. You know, like there's a lot of like different factors that work into that. You know, so but I mean, I have worked with rookies my entire career, and I have had great success making very talented players go up. You know, that's what I did. Like from my time in America, 40% of my players, like 5 out of 12 made it to LCS, and two of them were in top 8 at Worlds in their first year, you know? They're great players. I'm not saying that was just me, you know? They're fucking good. But I love doing that. That's like what I am really good at. So like why I would never be opposed against that. We just made a plan, and that sounded logical at the time, but it didn't work, you know? Like it was just like I wouldn't say unlucky, but it's just like very sad that it didn't work out, you know? Because like if we hypothetically would have won twice, we probably wouldn't sit here having this conversation, and maybe everything went according to plan, you know? And then 100%. The plan was great. But the plan didn't go according to plan, and then maybe the plan was good, but the execution was bad. That's possible as well, right? There's a lot of different things. But in the end, a lot of fans would have liked to see more rookies, and I totally understand why. And I would love to work with rookies as well. So like we're on the same page there. Just this sounded logical at the start, and it didn't work. My bad. And all the people that were working here, we messed up. You know, like it's just like I understand people are upset, but at the end of the day, everyone here is doing their best and is really wants the best for this club as well. You know, it's just sometimes that doesn't go according to plan. That can happen. You know.
Okay. I'm satisfied with that answer. I'm pretty sure, and I know I know you know, because everybody knows, since this podcast revealed a lot of information about how KOI was working with the LEC team, with the staff in Germany, with the Valorant team, everything and so on. And Fernando Piquer, which you know for sure because you guys work in the same office, came here
across of my office, actually.
Yeah, exactly. He's right in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he came over here, and the very same night of the podcast, and when we revealed everything, he posted a tweet saying that the stuff that like everything's gonna change now in KOI, in Movistar KOI, and now Spain is gonna take is gonna be in charge of, you know, signings and
everything stuff. Yeah.
Basically the staff is gonna take charge of everything of performance, right? And a lot of stuff we're going to change. he came here the next day and did the interview. Since the moment that everything was revealed until now that you've been working in KOI, did you notice any changes? Were you told that there were gonna be any changes?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. Like when I'm doing my job in the season, which I have to understand, the people that I communicate to is my players, my staff, DEILOR, team manager, and that's kind of it, you know? Because like team manager uses DEILOR is my communication to everything above. So when I have a problem or something's wrong, I tell him, or he asks me and tells them. And team manager is all the operation side. So like I don't think I'm in a position to right now notice a lot of things. That's like maybe hard, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe like I mean it's shortly after we get kicked out, right? So like there was not much work anymore, but so I don't really know how to say if I noticed a lot of difference because there has not much happened yet. I feel like also a lot of these changes you will most likely feel when stuff is going wrong or like you need things or stuff is changing. So maybe 2 weeks from now I would say yes a lot, hypothetically, you know. But right now I don't know. I don't think I have enough time to like assess that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's good. Hila, you have anything or?
No, sorry, I was listening a clip. I was away.
Okay, you were okay.
yeah, I'm trying to tweet stuff.
Okay, so Raqo, how was your communication with Melted throughout the season, and do you have any communication with him now?
I mean, I really struggled this year to reach out to him because mostly because I knew he was having a baby and I felt really I didn't want to put my problems on his plate, you know? So I was maybe like shy is maybe the wrong word. I'm also not scared, just like uncomfortable because I knew he had a lot of things, personal things going on. And I was just like, he probably has too much to worry about. It's my job to figure my own shit out. But this also like I was speaking with Borja, our team manager, about this today, that I regretted it a little bit actually, because like I respect him a lot, you know, like a lot. And I just wished I would have used him more, but like I probably should have just been like selfish and just done it. And if it was too much, he probably would have told me, right? But I feel like I didn't utilize him as much as I could. So that's also like a regret I have for sure. So not that much, but that was the reason why. But I regret that, you know, like for sure.
Okay. We have a question from the chat, actually, Andy, in the chat. He wants to know why the team that was previously before your arrival in KOI, Saikari, Rox, all these people, why they were disregarded like right the moment you got in, like none of them were good for the team. Is that a decision that you made? Is that a decision the club made, both made? Why nobody is staying on the team when that was not such a bad team?
I mean, it was not like instantly like this, like boom, people are fired, you know? Like there were some players, like for example, Maxi was like in the conversation for a longer time of some roster iterations, you know? So it's not like everyone was gone, but like for different players, there are like different reasons, you know? Like, I don't know how personal some reasons are, but I'll just not say names. Maybe it's easier that way because like I don't know if I can disclose that information for them, right? But two players didn't want to really stay themselves. They just wanted to go elsewhere. That's reasonable. So 2 out of 5 go. Then 1 I was considering, and 2 I just think were not good enough. Like I can just say, like, I mean, I'm willing to say that. I know a lot of fans love Shy Carry. I just didn't see it. Like I've had really good AD carries over the years, and even like this year when competing against him, we dropped 0 games against Lua this year, right? Like every single time when we play them, I just don't think he's talented enough. Like in my opinion, like that's just I mean, I can be wrong, you know. Like I mean, I was clearly wrong with some players that I signed, but like, I just think he was not good enough, and that's why I want to look elsewhere.
And what's about Marky? Because
I mean,
Marky's in the same team than Saikari.
I mean, I think Marky's pretty good. I like him. But like, I mean, you can ask. I just told you I don't want to
Yeah,
disclose everyone's
it's fine.
information, and then I'm now
Yeah,
you're gonna ask every player
true,
who was
true,
it?
true, true, true.
Who was it?
It's fine, it's
Like,
fine. Yeah, I
like,
just
so
wanted
like
to
I don't
ask
want to
because
go
they are
too
the
much.
same
But
team
like,
now.
like I don't know. Like I don't know. I think Marky is actually pretty good. But yeah. So different reasons for different players.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was never like from the club like this guy should not be here. Or it was just like different circumstances for different people there. They wanted to leave, some wanted to like some I didn't want, and some we just like ended up not being able to slot in to make sense. That's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, they got 6th place last year. I know we got 8th place now, but like they got 6th place. So like they also didn't do like that good, you know. So like it would make sense to not keep the whole thing together as well, right? Like we surely want to do better. But I just think like I'm also like I think all those players they had are not terrible, you know. Like they are all good in their own way and have different things.
No
I mean,
one.
okay, some players are terrible. Like
Oh.
some are. Maybe
Actually,
maybe we are. We are. Clearly we are. You know? But like, no, jokes aside, I just think like sometimes like I just think I can get better. Like that's just a sad conclusion, you know. Like sometimes you're not good enough to make the cut, and that's just how it goes.
Okay. We have some questions on the tweet that we posted yesterday. Some of them you already answered, but then one KOI fan is asking, do you think KOI fans got themselves a lot into the decisions of the club? And also, he's asking for an advice that you will give them as a fan base, if you will, to be a better fan base, because maybe they are like too harsh on you or on the players.
Too emotional, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, what was the second question? Was an advice, but what was the first question?
Yeah, the first question is, do you think they get themselves a lot into the club's decision?
I mean, I think it was actually Adam who said that he wants to have an organization where the fans actually have influence over the decisions, right? So, because like at the end of the day, like when a club, I mean, okay, you don't see this necessarily in traditional sports, right? Like, let's say if you're a Barcelona fan, you don't decide if they sell Lamine Yamal or not, hypothetically, right? But if I think, especially since in esports and like social media, like it's still such like a close community kind of, you know. Like I think having leverage, or at least like having feeling like the club represents your values is actually a good thing, right? So that's why I feel like fans should be heard and their opinions should be respected, yeah. But the hard thing is like not all fans share the same opinion as well, you know. So like you can't satisfy every fan, right? Because maybe there were still people that like really believe in this program and our players, but there are other people that want us all fired, you know. So who do you make happy in that moment, right? Like it's hard. But realistically, I do believe that like having fans like not like actually maybe influence is the right word, influence certain decisions so the club represents what they stand for, so they can support something that like shares their values, makes sense. And as Adam said, if that's something that he wants to do, that makes sense in my head, you know. Sure. And then what advice I have, I mean, the only advice I would have is maybe don't personally attack people. Like, I mean, you can be passionate and even you can have a negative opinion. Like you can be like, our team is shit and they look so disorganized. These players are not playing good. Okay. That's a fair opinion, you know? But like I've had people tell me that I should kill myself and I should, like, maybe not KOI fans, I don't know, they're just random accounts, you know, or like that I should leave the club or that I'm worthless, like things like this. That's like, okay, I don't care about it. Like I have thick skin, you know, like I can handle these things. But like sometimes I know, like for some players, like it's gonna be a lot, you know, like personally attacking people. Because at the end of the day, people here are doing their best in their job, right? I think that's hard. Like I don't know who these, like I just block these accounts and just ignore it. But like getting personally attacked is a little bit much. So please don't do that. But having a negative opinion and criticizing what's happening is totally valid. So, but please no personal attack. That would be cool.
Okay, that's actually soft, because sometimes, and you don't have to be afraid. I mean, you're gonna get cooked, that's for sure. But you don't have to be afraid to give them the real advice. Like everybody knows how they're behaving, and all you gotta say is, okay, my advice for you literally, is noodles de magi. Nutritious and delicious noodles de magi. Los buenos fusian yakisoba que los podéis encontrar en todos vuestros supermercados, gente. Esto es algo que os hará vivir la vida mucho más chill de cojones. Podéis tomarlos en cualquier momento del día, para el desayuno incluso. Esto es algo que os va a acompañar durante todo el día. Vais a ser mucho más chill de cojones y no vais a tener tanta maldad dentro para decirle a la gente las cosas que decir por Twitter, gente. Fusión de magi. Esto es lo mejor que os puede pasar. Por favor, no os lo penséis más y decirle a vuestra madre que os lo lleve al sótano. Nudes de magi. Aquí os lo dejo. Sorry.
Well, we told you, so.
You were. I told you.
Yeah.
I told you, Raqo. Don't be mad at me.
That's fine.
I told you that was gonna happen.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I told you that was gonna happen. Okay, another fan is asking, what was your biggest disappointment in all this season, and what was your biggest point of happiness during the season? The worst and the better and the best.
The worst?
The worst moment and the best moment.
I think the worst moment was when we lost like week 2. I think it was somewhere in week 2. Like after an official game, like I looked at my own team and I just said it feels like I'm attending my own funeral. Like everyone is there's no life, you know? Like everyone was so depressed and like so stressed and like so sad, and I was like, that just felt so bad. Cause like it was really tough, you know? Cause I was like, fuck, how the fuck are we gonna turn this around, you know? But that was really hard. And my point of happiness,
It's hard to
I mean,
find
like,
one.
no. Like, I mean, there was like
was
one
a hard
night,
split,
like,
I think.
there was like, I think it was after we won against Lua, like in regular season to qualify for playoffs. Like, we went to this restaurant, and then we all had drinks, and we're just like, Ekos just got drunk, and he started acting like so goofy, and I was like screaming, and I don't know, it was just funny. Like that night, I really enjoyed. To be honest, we had a good time together.
Okay. And are you actually? Because I talked to you in private during the event, but I'm gonna ask you so everybody knows. Are you actually enjoying the city?
Oh yeah, I like living. I mean, I'm still here, you know. Like I'm just here, enjoying my time. Like I like living in Madrid. So yeah, I mean, I like it here. Like I have a girlfriend here now. Like
Wow.
Whoa.
yeah, like I like my gym a lot, and it's just like it's nice weather, so like it's cool, you know. Like I like it here.
I know people that has been here for 30 years and never got a girlfriend, and you did it in months.
Yeah, but they're not me, you know. Like I get it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Another question that somebody is asking, and I've seen a lot of this on Twitter, and I will just give you an opportunity to clarify because I'm pretty sure I know what you think about this. It's a hard question, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Do you think you got the job because you are friends with the management in Berlin, or literally, I quote, their wives?
This is so fun. I mean, low-key, I was almost impressed that someone asked this because, okay, what I will say is, yes, I've been friends with Til's wife I mean, I met her 4 years ago when I was living in Berlin at like an LEC party, and she's lovely. Like, I mean, you know this. She's an amazing person.
She's
you know?
amazing person.
Yeah.
Yes, I love
She's
her.
like an amazing person. And yeah, I know her for a long time. But when I applied to KOI, my application process went first. I have an interview with DEILOR, then I had an interview with Melzet, and they both approved me, and then I got hired. So I don't think that had anything to do. Actually, I was sometimes a little bit tilted because I tried to, like, ever since I left SK, so that was 3 years ago, I always applied for Mad Lions, and they always declined me, even though I knew Dom. So like I never got in. I was like, fuck, man, like why? Like just give me an interview. But then I went to FlyQuest. I was like, damn, bro, like at least give an interview with anyone, you know, like just like, but like they actually like never before I get the opportunity to join this club. But no, I don't think it had nothing to do with that because I'm interviewing with different people, you know. And as I said, I first interviewed DEILOR, and he said he liked me, and then I had interviewed with Melzet, and he approved me. So like then obviously Till was handling my contract and doing me an offer, right? But that no. Till, it's not like Till's like, yes, that guy, we should hire him. Boom, here's your contract. It doesn't work like that, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, makes a lot of sense.
I don't think no one thought it was like.
I mean, I see like people like tagging
No.
me in a tweet from 2021. I'm like, damn, bro, we got whole detective crew on here, you know, like it's just crazy. But
Yeah.
no, that had nothing. But yes, she's a very good friend of mine, and she's an amazing person, and I'm happy to be her friend.
That's beautiful to say. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Do you have anything that you would like to say that maybe we were lacking some questions or something you would like to say to the fans, to whoever?
I mean, I
maybe
guess,
something you expected we asked to you.
and a question I expected.
Yeah,
I expected. I mean, I just went in. I asked you before, like, do I need to prepare anything? You're like, no, we just go with the flow. I'm like, all right, let's go with the flow. You know, like I'll answer everything truthfully, and that's all I can do. You know, I just tell it. I mean, sometimes there are some stuff I can't say. Right, that's just how it works. That's not supposed to be said.
It's normal.
But I feel like every answer was truthfully. You know, so but the only thing I would like to say is that we had clear plan heading into the year. And I guess in hindsight, maybe the plan was wrong, maybe the execution was wrong, but clearly whatever happened did not go according to plan. And I know we took like a risk by taking this approach, and we messed up. So like, I would like to apologize for that, because like at the end, still like I did like not like force the players, but like I had a lot of say in what was gonna happen, you know, and like that was not good. And maybe I shouldn't have had that say, maybe I should, I don't know, but. At the end, whatever happened didn't go according to plan. I know a lot of like it was like really hard to support this team throughout this whole year, right? Because like a lot of games were super disappointing and the results were disappointing as well. So I can imagine if you're every week on Tuesday night, you're like, oh, let's watch my academy program in the Superliga, and they're getting fisted by Miniduke and Rayito. Don't get me wrong, they play well. That can be disappointing, you know. So because that's what we get mean for all the time. Like Miniduke is not playing league, and we didn't win a single game against him all year, you know. But I actually think he had a good year so far. But like people were like, I can imagine that people are upset about that, you know. And as I said, I apologize. One thing I will say is like I have done my best every single day since I got here to work really hard to put in like everything I can to make it work. But I guess in the end, maybe I was not good enough. Maybe the program we built just was like the players we signed. Maybe it was just not gonna work from the start, you know. But I did my best. I hope you guys, even if you might curse me for the results and like you don't like me, you want me gone, at least I hope you know that I did my best and I apologize for the result, you know. But I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But by the way, who do you think is gonna win Superliga?
Heretics.
No
100%.
doubt.
I'll bet my money on it if it would be legal. It's not.
Yeah, actually, yes. So
It's not,
no chance for Giants.
I think Heretics is a size bigger. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Raqo, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. And I hope you can come more in the future. Just maybe, if not in KOI, because maybe you're not out now, but at some point, some year, you will be out, because nothing is forever. But if you ever in another team, I would love to have you too at some point. Okay. Okay, so chicos, aquí nos despedimos, chicos y chicas, nos despedimos y que sepáis que nosotros venimos mañana con el postpartido de Superliga, porque mañana lo han pasado mañana porque hoy había el desempate. Que ha ganado Heretics. Vamos, cojones, vamos, grandes Heretics. Flacket, el mejor. Nos vemos mañana aquí en cuanto acabe el partido de Superliga. Un besito y que tengáis buen miércoles. Chao, chao.
Bye. Chao.